All right, you guys, good morning. As I say, I say the same things, I think, every single Monday. Happy Monday. I love Mondays. I hope you guys too. It's always great to see your smiling faces, whether it's your picture or your actual face. Y'all excuse the hair today. I've done a lot of things this morning and my hair was not one of them, but that's okay. I showed up and I'm knocking things off my to-do list. There's nothing like waking up on a Monday morning and taking those capsules, right? I've been noticing lately, have you guys noticed a lot of people posting in their story? Because I always like to watch all the other Thrivers stories because I get ideas. Lately, I've noticed a lot of people saying 8 minutes later, I'm ready to rock my day, or in 8 minutes, I'm focused and energetic and ready to go. Like 8 minutes has been the thing lately. And I think that's really funny. This morning, I kind of thought about it, but I swear my body knows when I swallow those capsules and all of a sudden I'm awake. So I hope that's happened for you guys this morning and you're knocking things off your to-do list. Our topic today is about free accounts. If you've been around, I don't care if you've been around 5 minutes or 5 years or longer, you know that you will hear over and over and over, you want to get free accounts, free accounts, free accounts, free accounts. And I still, to this day, I've been doing this 8.5 years, and I still have promoters working this business for me with me all these years that still don't go get free accounts. When someone's ready to order, they'll help them create an account, help them place their order, but they never just go get free accounts to work their business with. And they don't understand why or the importance of that. For me, maybe in the beginning, I didn't understand why, but our CEO and co-founder, Paul Gravett, has preached it since day one, his day one in this business, and then my day one in this business. He has said over and over and over, you want to get as many free accounts as you can possibly get and never stop enrolling people for free. And a very intimidating number, he said in the beginning, was you want to get 100 free accounts in your first 30 days. If you're doing that, you will grow and you will hit 4K in your first 30 days. Well, by golly, when he speaks, I listen. When someone is where you want to be in life, then you follow and you do what they do. Why recreate the wheel when they already know what's going to work? So I set out getting free accounts, and to this day, I still enroll people for free long before they're ready to order. If possible. It doesn't always happen that way if they're ready like right away. But today we're going to explain to you why you need to be getting those free accounts, and then how to go get the free accounts, and then what to do with them after you have them. So I think it's going to be really, really great information. I brought two of my best of the best on with me to share with you today. And we're going to start with Ashley McQueen, who's going to San Diego with me on Thursday. Woohoo! Cannot wait for the leaders retreat. We're going to soak it all in. But Ashley, I'm going to let you take it away to talk about how you go about getting all your free accounts.
Thank you, Starla. I also have crazy hair because my Monday has been very busy and productive. So we're twinning. But for those of you who don't know, I'm Ashley McQueen and I'm here in Waco, Texas. And I am going to share with you 5 simple ways that you can get free accounts. So we're going to talk about all about the how. How do we do it? First off, let's just talk about what are those 5. The first one, which we are probably all thinking of, is social media, using Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, things like that. That's going to be one way you can get free accounts. In person. So these are going to be at sporting events, kids games. Maybe it's out at an amusement park while you're vacationing. These are in-person interactions at the grocery store, things like that. The other option is via text message. Sometimes it's just shooting a friend a text message. It's that simple. Phone calls, getting someone on the phone. That's another way you can get a free account. And the last way is through vendor events or small pop-ups. And we'll touch on all those a little bit, but those are the 5 ways. If you didn't write those down, it's social media accounts or social medias, outlets, in-person, text messages, phone calls, and through vendor events or small pop-ups of some sort. So let's first talk a little bit about social media, because I think nowadays, with it being 2022, we have all just kind of resorted to communicating through social media of some kind, whether that be Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, something like that. So let's talk a little bit about how are we meeting those new people on those outlets. The first way that you can meet people on Facebook is just by adding people you know and having them on your social media account. It is going to be adding maybe acquaintances, people you met out and about through a friend. Don't be intimidated. Don't feel weird adding someone you know through someone else. So adding people that are mutual friends, joining Facebook groups, so community pages. Maybe that's a mom's group. Maybe that's something that you really enjoy. I know Maria talks a lot on the masterclass about joining groups that you can add value to. So not just joining groups to join groups to add people to your Facebook, because that's not going to work. You got to add yourself to groups that you can bring value to. I'll give you an example. I recently joined a couple groups here in Waco. One of them is the Ladies of China Spring, which is the area in which I live in. Waco Girl Gang is another one, which is just a bunch of girls that are of all ages. These are college age girls. These are all adults. These are women all the way up. I mean, I was out at, had margaritas with a couple girls I met through that group on Thursday, and I was in my 30s. There's two girls in their 40s and another girl that was in her 50s. So I was meeting people of all ages through this group. So add yourself to these groups. And then the real big thing you need to know is don't just start adding people in that group to your Facebook. Build connections, post on there, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So first, you're going to add people to your Facebook page. You're going to add yourself to groups, and you're going to participate in those groups by posting on there for advice, maybe commenting on posts. Be interactive in those groups so you can organically build those connections with people. And you may find that they end up adding you on Facebook before you ever submit a friend request to them. I'll give you one more prime example, because I know a lot of people add themselves to groups and think, how do I build those relationships? And you have to have a relationship first before you can get a free customer account. And that's why I talk about the relationship. I posted last night in a group and I said, hey girls, I live in this community. I sent a screenshot of the Waze map of where I was at in this community. And I said, is there any girls that live close to me that would love to go walking during the week? In the evenings? And that post blew up like crazy. People were also sending screenshots of where they were in this neighborhood. Hey, I'm available on Tuesday, Thursdays. So it was really cool. I made 7 new Facebook friends through that post. A couple girls private messaged me and said, hey, if you're available Monday, I would love to go walking Monday night. Do you mind if I bring my kids? And so I've made new connections just by that one single post. So that's just a little example of how you can be interactive in those Facebook groups. The other way is birthdays, doing your birthday shout outs, but not just doing a happy birthday, doing a happy birthday. How are you doing today? Or happy birthday. What did you do for your birthday today? Make it so that they respond to you. So you build that relationship. They're going to start to see your posts more often. They may ask about Thrive, but it might organically start a conversation where you can bring Thrive up. As far as social media goes, you can comment on posts. People are going on vacations. Make sure you're commenting on their posts. Interactive comments. And what I mean by interactive comments is give them an opportunity to respond to you. Not, hey, oh my gosh, I love your family. It's so cute. You're on vacation. Comment something that requires them or would entice them to want to comment back to you and start a conversation. Even better, commenting so much so that they would want to private message you. Ask for advice. Oh my gosh, I love it. Love where it is where you guys are visiting. Where's it at? What Airbnb did you rent? Get interactive and get them to have a conversation with you. In regards to social media, and a couple other ways that you can get free accounts is to remember that you have not touched everyone on your Facebook friends list. And I get it all the time. And sometimes I feel like it myself a little bit is I feel like I've already reached out to everyone on Facebook. Everyone on my Facebook timeline knows I Thrive. I've reached out to all of them. Well, that's a lie. You have not reached out to all of them. And I tell myself that all the time. So sometimes they just haven't seen something on your Facebook that really interests them enough to want to comment or ask you about it. And maybe you haven't been bold enough to pop up in their stories or somehow to build that connection with them. So here are some ways you can post on your Facebook to get maybe new people commenting that you haven't reached out to get those new free accounts. Raffles. So posting something on your Facebook like, hey, drop a heart if you need energy to keep up with your crazy kids this summer. And then they're going to have a bunch of people dropping hearts because they're all going to need energy to keep up with those kids this summer. And now you can comment and private message them and just build an organic connection. It doesn't mean you comment and say, oh my gosh, I have something that can give you total energy right away. Maybe you just reach out to them and go, oh my gosh, how old are your kids? Maybe you don't know them well enough to know about their life. So build that connection, and organically you'll have the opportunity to share Thrive. Maybe you post about sample packs. If you're not doing Sample Sunday, that's an easy way to get sample packs out there. Obviously, with all of these ways that you're getting connection with people and getting free customer accounts, won't go over the funnel, but remember that there is a funnel. If you're going to do samples, make sure you're going through the funnel. If you're going to build connections with people and get them a free customer account, remember the free customer account is just one piece, but getting them in the customer group and getting them in a three-way chat, that is all part of it. But today we're just talking about how do we get those free customer accounts. The other thing is comment on their posts, or post on your Facebook. And maybe it's something like a raffle. Maybe it's, hey, what's one thing this summer you would do if you have an extra $500? Tag 2 of your friends and you'd be entered into a drawing for X. So instead of offering $25 off your first month of Thrive, or free plus lines, whatever it is that you may offer on your Facebook, get it to be where they comment and then tag some friends. So if you didn't know, not only when you meet new people and get them a free customer account, does that count as a free account for you, but also your customers' referrals. So by getting them to tag 2 of their friends, that's already giving them 2 people that can potentially thrive with them, which is really cool. But those free accounts will actually count for your free accounts. And we have a lot of contests going on with the summer games where that really matters if you want to win some really cool prizes. The last way through social media is reaching out to your current customers that are thriving with you, sending them a Facebook message and just saying, hey, I know you're loving your Thrive experience. I'm so excited for you. I see that you're having so much more energy to keep up with your kids. Who do you know that also needs to keep up with their kids this summer? And get them to send you referrals. And that helps you get free customer accounts. The other way is in person. When you're out and about the grocery store and someone asks about your patch, share it with them and don't word vomit. So when they ask you about your patch, something you can say pretty easily is, I have it written down here, so give you guys some good ideas. Oh my gosh, this is my happy patch. It helps me sleep like a baby and I don't crave the junk food at all the barbecues this summer. Super simple. They're most likely going to respond with, oh my gosh, I need that. So then you just quickly respond with, oh my gosh, are you on Facebook or Instagram? Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I would love to add you on Facebook. Perfect. Add them on Facebook. And then while you're in the check stand, you guys are still standing next to each other. You could say, if you want to give me your email address, I can get you an access to our website. That way you can poke around when you have some free time this evening. And they might just share their email address with you. If you didn't have that opportunity, you can connect with them on Facebook and get that email address that way. Be the solution while you're out and about in person. You're going to hear people this summer tell you they're tired. You're going to hear them tell you they're sick of their kids. We love the kids, but they're going to say it. You're going to hear people talk about how work is crazy busy. I know in a lot of sales environments, summer selling season is crazy. People are going to be stretched thin. People are going to tell you all of these problems they deal with. So be the solution. Share Thrive with them. Don't be afraid to mention Thrive, because when someone says, oh my gosh, I've been sleeping really bad and my neck's been hurting me. If you know of a really great pillow that you've been sleeping with that help your neck pain, you're going to offer, hey, I got a really great pillow down the street at such and such. You should check it out. I had really bad neck pain and it helped me a lot. Thrive is no different. When they're sharing what they're dealing with, the ailments that they're dealing with throughout their life, Thrive is a solution, just like Target is a solution. So don't be afraid to share Thrive with them, just like you would send them over to Target to buy that cool pillow you just bought. In regards to the other ways that you can share Thrive, these are the ways that I think a lot of people don't do it as often anymore, and that's through text messages and phone calls. Just shoot the text message. If you have a good friend that isn't thriving with you yet, send them a text message and tell them that they need to thrive. I actually got one of my promoters on my team literally by a text message that said, oh my gosh, girl, I cannot believe you're not thriving yet. You need to thrive. And her message back to me was, I've totally been thinking about it. Can you just share with me, like, how much does it cost? And we're like best friends. So it's crazy because that bold text message opened up that conversation, but I knew she wasn't going to judge me for sending that bold text message because she knew my intentions were pure in sending that message. The other way is phone calls. Maybe it's just setting up a phone conversation with someone, calling an old friend from high school, from college. Maybe it's an old coworker, connecting with someone that's been on your heart. Listen to your heart, make that phone call, talk to them. It might be your opportunity to give them a solution to what they've been praying for. And the very last thing is vendor events or small pop-ups. Vendor events allow you to run raffles and things like that allow you to get free customer accounts, but don't be deterred by only doing these by doing big vendor events. You don't have to do a big vendor event. It doesn't have to be a big hoopla. Maybe it is just a small table at a boutique. Maybe it's a small table outside. Maybe it's a gym that you go to and they're going to allow you to set up a table there. I know Alyssa on our team, she has a girl on her team that set up a little table at her gym. So don't let it be, it doesn't have to be super formal by doing these pop-ups. Maybe it's just an opportunity to set up a table and share Thrive with people. So look for those opportunities. Don't doubt yourself. Share your Thrive out loud. The very last way that you can share Thrive is wearing your patch out loud and proud and sharing about it. And the more you share about it, the more comfortable you're going to get, and you're going to get those free accounts without even thinking about it. So I'm going to pass it over to Courtney, and she's going to share with you why it's so important for your business to share Thrive and get these free accounts.
Yay. Hey, everybody. So great job, Ashley. She came with notes and everything. I didn't do that, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so let's talk about the why. Okay, how many of you started out your year with a marketing plan and a content strategy to slay your business as if you had a brick and mortar company, or you are a Fortune 500 company and you are setting your marketing team up strong for the year? The odds are pretty high that 1% or less started their January that way. And that's okay. We have the luxury of doing that because we have our own business that we're able to do and run in a mobile fashion, which means that's not necessary for us to present something like that to someone. But I want you to think of it like this. Those free accounts, getting that free account is the first step. It is your marketing strategy in your marketing plan. Okay. Lavelle has set this up for us to where that marketing strategy of you getting that free account and that email campaign where they're constantly dripping these Lavelle promos or new product launches or anything like that. That stuff is automatically dripped on them when you set up that free account, which means that is Lavelle, our company, working on your behalf, even when you're not working. So let's say that we had a new product launch and you are really excited to go tell those people that you have on your mind about it. What about the other people you didn't think of? If you've already given them a free account, Lavelle's going to make sure that an email goes out to them and they're made aware of all these new product launches, even when you forget to tell them. Okay. So things like that, there's probably one of the biggest aha moments when it comes to the why we get that free account. Okay. Another reason is because this is your database for follow-up. Okay. So yes, when we go to do our follow-ups, we want to reach out to samples. We might have samples out. We want to reach out to those people that said, yeah, I'm really curious. Send me the information. Let me take a look at it. We're going to follow up with them. We're going to follow up with the ones who said, tell me about it next Friday. But then where do we go from there? After we followed up with those people, what about the one that you created a free account for 2 years ago and they've never started their Thrive experience? Guess what? If you gave them that free account, they're in your database and that's a follow-up list for you. Okay. And you're not coming out of the blue with anything. You've connected them in the past. They've been getting updates and information, and it's not going to be like something out of left field. Okay. So think of it like that. And let me tell you something. It is, going back to having a marketing plan and a marketing strategy, having that free account, it is the basis of everything. They can't proceed without that free account. You can't proceed and sharing more information with them unless they have the free account. Because guess what? Even if you put them on that 3-way call and you have someone share their story with them, and then they say, okay, what questions do you have for me? Well, if they're a visual person, hearing that story is great. You touch them emotionally and they were able to connect. But if they need that visual representation, they're not going to have a question to ask you because they have to visually connect with the information before they know what questions to even ask. I'm that kind of person. I'm a hands-on visual person. I need to see things in order to connect them with something else. Anybody else like that? And so I'm the person that's like, okay, let me take a look at it. And then I'm like, okay, this looks good. This looks like something I might want to do. This looks like something that could be for me, right? Keywords there. That kind of tells you about people's personalities. Are they someone that says, oh, this feels right to me, or this looks good to me, or that sounds good to me, right? Those kind of give you an idea of how someone makes decisions. And when you're looking at sales and closing, you want to know how people make decisions, right? So I want you to look at going forward with creating your database. Look at this as this is my marketing plan and this is my marketing strategy. Okay. So for those that don't know, before I started Thrive, for 16 years, I was the marketing director for Chick-fil-A restaurants. Anybody ever heard of Chick-fil-A? Ever eaten there ever? You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people that have never eaten at a Chick-fil-A. So my job was marketing. My job was creating that emotional connection, that operational excellence connection, all of that with customers, because their goal with Chick-fil-A, which is what makes them different. They're like Lavelle, they're like Apple, and they're like Google, and they're like Nike. They're all a little bit of an elite brand in their class. We are elite. We are not like other companies. We are not that standard network marketing company that sends out, spammy messages and is only about the sale. We're about people. We're about making an impact and a difference. And so we have to show up in a way that is different than the spammy network marketers. And this is how we do it. We incorporate our marketing plan and make it about people and make it about how we're able to show up and help them and serve them. And that is what brings success to our business. All in all, is because we are there in a different way and people feel it, they see it, and they know it. So when they're messaging you and talking to you, they know that you come from a place of sincerity. When Ashley said she knew that her intentions were pure when her friend, like when she sent that bold message to her friend, that is because that is, how do I put it? It's the difference maker. All in all, it's the difference maker. So from the time you get that free account, someone's not going to create that free account with you if they're not a little bit curious, and they're not going to give you their email if they don't have a little bit of that trust factor with you. So if you can start with the free account, kudos to you. Know that with confidence that you already got your foot in the door for a reason, and then proceed with that same confidence and assume the sale. So know that they're getting dripped on for that email campaign from the time you give them that free account, but then know that you're going to be right there to follow up because you've got them in your database now. It's not going to be out of the blue information for them. And you're going to know that the next step for them, whether they choose to get a sample or to go all in with our Thrive Challenge packs, or whether they want to leap in and become a promoter and do this business with you, they've already taken that first step. And when you connect them with that free account, they have access to all of this information whether or not they wait for you to give it to them or they are go-getters, which I love that. I love that initiative that you're able to see. When I give someone a free account, if they go and take the initiative to browse the website and look at all the information, you can tell when they ask you questions and you're talking to them, you can tell. And if I'm talking to someone that's a go-getter and they've already looked at every single link on that website, you know what you're working with. Because if that's what we all want on our team is a go-getter, right? You want someone that takes in the initiative, looks at all the information and interpret it well. And if you haven't connected them with that free account, you're not going to know if that's the kind of person they are or not, right? So do that. Let them, give them that opportunity to take the initiative to get more information beyond what you've told them in that moment, but then do your due diligence afterwards to do the follow-up, connect with them and say, hey, did you get a chance to look at that website? Even if you know it's a general reminder, because they might be a mom of 5 kids and they might have a lot going on and totally forgot to go look at that website you sent them, right? They might have had to put their phone down and help their toddler in the bathroom and then totally forgot to come back and look at it. So that general reminder, which we call a follow-up message, was a general reminder to them to go, oh yeah, I never looked at that. Let me go check it out real quick. So it all starts with the free account. And just know that why we do that free account is so much bigger than just giving them the free account, okay? It is your marketing strategy and your overall marketing plan for the year. And then operate accordingly and know that you're set up for success for your business because it's a business. Okay, I'll turn it to Starla.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I could have listened to you talk about that all day because you're a professional marketer. Like, you know, the rest of us are kind of learning as we grow, but that was your industry. That's what you did. So I love hearing it from that perspective as well. And of course, you're bomb at this anyway, you and Ashley both. So I wanted to tell you guys a couple of things. Stories sell. Courtney just said, like, this is different because we care about people. That's what we always say. We're all about the stories. The more Thrive experience stories you can get created in your organization and share, which is why the Lavelle fan page is so important. Why do we say share the stories, add people to that page, add them to the customer group? Why? Because we're sharing stories. We share here because we care. We share because we have our own story, but that's what you use to get it out in front of people. And then you want to create new stories. You can't create a new story if you don't first get the free account. Here's the thing, like Ashley was talking about in the grocery store. Having your little elevator pitch, which is so funny. I wrote it down. I need to talk about elevator pitch. And then Ashley did it before I got a chance to. And then I wrote down free accounts become your follow-up list. So I could tell y'all that. I didn't have to because Courtney told y'all that. That's why I have these incredible leaders come on to share with you guys, because I cannot get it all out there to you or get my brain organized enough to share all the things, but multiple minds work better than one. So I love having leaders come on and share with you guys. But when you're in the grocery store line or at the ball field or at the park or at the swimming pool, wherever you're at this summer, and you wear the patch, we say Thrive Out Loud, you wear the patch where it shows all the time, people are going to ask you about it. So when Ashley was talking about that, when someone says, well, what is that? Well, that's my happy patch. Oh my gosh, I don't crave all that junk food anymore. I sleep like a baby. I'm in the best moods ever. Oh, I need some of that in my life. Oh, yes, you do. Trust me, it's a game changer. These are the things I say because I truly feel it. I want them to have this. Yes, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh God, maybe they're going to be my next Thriver. But I really just want them to experience what I have. So I say that, yes, you need it. It's a game changer. This is what I do. I pull up the notes on my phone. And I say, I'm pulling it up right now while I'm talking to them. Oh, it's a game changer. You're going to love it. Here, put your name, phone number, and email right here. I will shoot you over an email with all the info on where you can get it to. Like, don't make it weird. It's only weird if you make it weird. And that's with total strangers. To me, it could be the hardest part, but it's kind of easy because if y'all are anything like me, people you know You care what they think about you. You care about what their opinion. If it's a stranger, who cares? When I walk away, I have no idea what they're going to say about me. I may never see them or hear from them again, and it's fine. So if they thought that was a little weird, well, I'll never know it anyway, but I may or may not have their email address in my phone. When it's people you know, if you make it weird, again, it's just you. It's in your head. Most of the time, they are intrigued. They're wanting to know what you're blasting about all the time, or they're wishing they had energy like you, or they're wishing that they could, lose that 10 pounds that they watched just melt away from you. Like they're really kind of wanting to know. So when you reach out, hey, I'm not sure if you've noticed, me talking about Thrive all the time, but I know you've got a busy, super busy schedule this summer. I'd love to send you over some information. And when they say, yeah, I'd love the info, I am going to be super busy. I need all the energy I can get. Okay, great. Give me your email. That's all you say. Just keep it super, super simple. But here's what's going to happen. If in the grocery store line, they say, well, what is that? And you tell them all the great things. And they're like, oh, well, I need that. And you're like, oh, yeah, you do. It's awesome. And then you walk away and go on about your day. What are they going to do? They probably asked you what it is or what it's called. Thrive. Well, then they're going to go get in their car. This is what I would do because I've done it before. They're going to go get in their car and they're going to go to Google and they're going to Google Thrive. And then they're going to go sign up for a free account underneath some random person that Lavelle's going to assign them to. And you did the work to tell them the information and wear your patch out loud, but somebody else got the free account. Somebody else is going to get the order because it just happened that way. So you can let Google have them or, get them automatically assigned, or you can be the one to know that you're going to take care of them from day one all the way through their Thrive experience. It's going to help you. It's going to help them. And a lot of times if they get randomly assigned, maybe they get randomly assigned to someone who's really not even working this business and they never reach out to them one-on-one. Then you've already done that person a disservice. So the free accounts, like Courtney said, are way bigger than what you could possibly imagine for you and your business. You can do so much for so many different reasons. I actually did a bridal expo a couple of months ago, and I put in all the people who registered with my little, I know we've talked about this before with vendor events, but my little thing that I have them fill out. If they come to the booth and they fill it out, they're requesting info, they get entered to win. I entered all of these right away, but the Bridal Expo actually sent me the whole database of every bride that registered for that event, whether they showed up or not, or came by my table or not. Well, that's next on my list. Like I'm going to start, they are now going to be my free database, and they're going to learn about Thrive, even if they've never heard about it yet. Because I have access to all of those emails and I'm going to use them. I could have just thrown it away and not paid any attention because they didn't come by my booth. That's not what I'm going to do. And I am about to do a sample blitz for my team, but more importantly for my business, a sample blitz. So every single free account ever, 8.5 years, I've got a lot of free accounts of people that have not ordered yet. They're going to get an email from me, like Courtney mentioned too, an email campaign. You guys, you can do an email blast. More is one email thing. I think that's fairly inexpensive or free, depending on how many emails and free accounts you have. You can create one email and blast it out to multiple people all at one time. That's called an email campaign. You definitely want to look into and utilize things like that. That's what I'm going to do for all of my free accounts for my sample blitz. Maybe I've offered them a sample before and they didn't respond. Maybe I didn't. Maybe they've never been offered a sample, but they're all going to know about it right now. Maybe now is the time that's right. These are the things I wake up in the morning and pray about. Like, who's looking for what I have today? Who needs to hear from me today? And I promise you, those people are going to cross your path. You're going to be the one to walk into their life and make that change for the better. So y'all drop in the comments over here if you found value in today's Zoom. Let me know if you're going to go work on your free accounts this week. And that's it. I want to hear it. I want to see that little thing rolling. I don't see anything yet, you guys. All the value, Courtney. I'm going for free accounts today. I'm going for free accounts this week. And did you guys look, have you looked at the leaderboard, the Summer Games leaderboard? There we go. Now, there. Yes, everybody's been working on free accounts. So y'all look at the Summer Games leaderboard. If you go look at it, it makes you realize that all of those things are so achievable for you to get your name on the list. You know, whether it's the bottom of the list or the top of the list, I see that as a win. If you're working to get your name on any of those lists, your business will grow. I assure you, your business will grow if you work in any way to get your name on any of those lists. So if you look at like the veteran PPA, like the top one doesn't have maybe a few $400 packs. That's like 3 people. The free accounts, I'm interested to see how many it takes, but if you go get 5 free accounts, that's 5 more people that's now on your follow-up list. So y'all go get it done. We're going to jump right straight from here over to the Lunch and Grow hosted by Susan Kaufman. And I know she's going to have Lynn's Coggins on there today. She always has so much value to bring and social media info to share. So I will see y'all over there, and we will be back here with some other great topic next Monday. Have a good one.